Hey, how's it going? Right, I thought I'd give this a bit of a try and a bit of a spin and see if I can get this streaming system to work. So hopefully, volume levels are all sort of hopefully in somewhere in a balanced level at the moment, and hopefully it's not too jumpy or choppy on the stream. I'm still just experimenting with this sort of side of things at the moment, but I thought I'd run around, do a couple of dailies and stuff, and see what comes of it. So I'll have a quick look. Thanks for turning up, Sajal. It's very much appreciated.
Greetings, Outlaw. To the south.
Who knows how this goes? I might do this more often. I may not. I don't know yet. But we'll see if this PC can handle running a stream as well as the game at the same time. I thought I'd just run around and do some dailies. This is my wood elf. My very first character that I started. So look, where are we going to? Down here, Vardenfell. Oh, thanks for the follow as well, by the way. You can see that's cropped up in the top there as well. Appreciate that. Which volume? Which one needs boosting up? Both of them together? Both the game sound and my voice? Or...
Lord Vivek wouldn't see worshippers today.
Yeah, I have the music off. I normally play without the music, so I normally listen to my own music. I might switch it back on though. See, it's a good idea. Just because you've got to be careful about what music you can actually play in the background, so probably best to... There we are. Bit of music. How's that? Actually, I'm going to probably be hearing music that I haven't heard before, because I've had it switched off since before Vardenfell came out. Just the Ashland dailies. Try and get... I've actually got all the motifs from these, but for the Ashlander, but they're always worth picking up to sell on as well in the guild houses. How's the video performance? It's not too laggy or jumping around a bit or choppy. Ah, great, excellent. I was a bit worried as to whether the PC could handle it or not. It's got about a 3 gig card in there, so it's not quite the most powerful graphics card going, but it's gives me a little bit. Yeah, I'd been working the last sort of 24 hours trying to tweak the settings between OBS and Twitch in order to try and see if we can get the best I can out of it. Can be a little bit fiddly. I think everyone's systems are a little bit different, so it's about just trying to find that right bite point that enables you to stream at the best sort of quality level that you can. Nope. I see someone running along behind me there. Hang on. This character actually hasn't done much in Vardenfell. I do have a character who's completed most of the stuff in Vardenfell, but this one I just used for dailies down here. I try. I'm not always the greatest perfectionist in the world. I try to be a perfectionist. I think it's probably the closer thing. I tend to be very good at starting ideas off, but never actually getting to full completion sometimes. That's why it's good that I've got a producer when I do my music, because I start all the music off and he finishes it all off for me and polishes it all up with all the tedious bits that I can normally deal with. But no, I spent the last 24 hours with this, trying to work the stream out and getting all the graphics together and putting everything together so that it actually worked together nicely on screen. It's been quite a nice little learning curve, actually, just learning everything. I quite enjoy finding out about new things and new ways. Things like the streaming stuff. Just nip around the back here. I always hate these oxes, they always end up triggering as you go up. And ignore those ones, that's the one I want. Ah, good. I'm about to be swamped. I started thinking about it last year, actually, funny enough. I did have a quick experimental stream over on Facebook, which was... it went well, actually. I posted it up on the Facebook live stream, and wasn't as well thought out as I'd done with this one, but I had a few of my Facebook friends sort of jumping on and having a conversation and everything. So I thought about it last year, and then sort of life got in the way, and I ended up looking into other things and everything. But seeing a lot of the streamers recently, and especially with Tialan doing her streaming recently as well, kind of inspired me to sort of pull out the works and decide I was going to try and give it a shot, see if the system was good enough, and give it a go. Why not? And especially as I started doing the YouTube videos recently as well, it's sort of streaming and YouTube videos and tutorials all seem to go hand in hand these days. Actually have a speed boost that I can use. I got the Salt Wall Line Rapid Retreat or whatever it is. And I always forget to use it to enable me to move faster. Right, so those two done, and then maybe we'll look at the we'll do a Thief's run and an Assassin's run.
Beautiful.
That's one down. Always like that with the crab. The giant crab in the background that they built the house out of. There we go. Okay. Nothing. Great. What about the other one? Nothing again as well. That sucks. I normally do this a few times a day, go with a couple of my characters and run through the Ashland. You usually pick up one or two Ashland emotes that you can pop up on the guild stores for sale. Well, actually, I don't need to go back to the wasteland because I need to actually go to here. Yeah, I would love to. I would love to actually stream some events and stuff like that. So any runs through dungeons, PvP. I want to get into start doing a little bit of that one. I'm not going to be the world's best PvP player. I'm probably going to be awful. But I used to do PvP in WoW, so I got a rough idea of what I'm doing there. But I've not really tried it out properly in ESO. I've been playing this game since the very beginning, and my entire experience of PvP has been to go into Cyrodiil to go and get the Sky Shards and defeat the Dolmens there, and I haven't actually done it properly. Other than I had an afternoon with one character, maybe just running around with a group in Cyrodiil. That was quite fun, actually. I just never got time to sit down and do it properly. But yeah, no, I'm well up for streaming some events and stuff that are going on there. That's a great idea. We can broadcast that out, and then we can record that off to YouTube then as well. Right. Oh, hang on. Who's got the... One of my characters has got my Night Terror necklace. Hang on, I'm going to need to switch characters a second just to find out who's nicked my necklace. I have a specialist thief set that I share between all my characters who do running through Thief Guild and Assassin lines and stuff like that. And I seem to have forgotten to put the necklace back with one of them. I'm betting it's that one. It's my vampire. I think this vampire's probably sired about half the vampires in the guild. The amount of times I get asked to come out and give a bite. I think actually she was also responsible for one of Tierland's vampires as well. Yeah, I've got 14 characters on there, 11 of them are at max CP level. Like I said, I've been playing it since the beginning. But I don't have much experience with veteran dungeons or raid trials or anything like that. It's I've just been running around doing world content for most part of it. And working on housing and all that sort of stuff, and questing and dailies. But yeah, that's my character select screen is quite massive. We'll go back there in a second. Let's have a look what she got on. Yeah, she's got the necklace on. She nicked it. Right, okay. Put that back in there. Jump back out. We can go back to the character select screen now. I'll show you now. So yeah, I mean, it looks very impressive straight off the bat there, because you go just non-stop 50 all the way down the list there. So yeah, I got tabs, which is my Nightblade Wood Elf, the first one I had. And I've got my that one is one which I run around quite often with Kitten. It's one of our characters that we set aside for leveling together. Same with that one. That's my Nord. Then I've got that's my vampire character. That'll be my mage, just down here. That one recently appeared on Tamriel's top model. That was my Thief contribution to that one. My High Elf, who I'd probably be one of the first characters I'll take through Somerset when it comes out next week. Looking forward to that. And in fact, if this streaming's working well, I'll probably, because I booked a week off work, I'll probably stream during the day some of the stuff to do with Somerset. That's my tank, the Silnet. My Warden. That's my other werewolf character I got to. The Nord I had earlier was a werewolf, and so is that one. That's one of my developing thief characters. It's one of my first characters that, you know, how funny my list that isn't at max level. I've still got to finish leveling her up. Likewise with Blazing Fires, who's a bit of a star in himself. That's my new healer that I just finished leveling only recently, so she's up at champion level as well. And then that's my new mage that I want to work on as well. Get her up to veteran level DPS standard. So I've got a DPS healer and a tank. That's all sufficient for it. Anyway, back to tabs. Yeah, she tends to quite often do it, doesn't she? Quite often in the evening. I don't want to clash with TLANs because I quite like seeing TLAN streams myself. So I'm going to obviously make sure that I don't stream when TLAN's streaming, because obviously we're all part of the same guild as well. But yeah, it's I quite like TLAN streams. They're quite cool. Enjoy sitting there on the chat channels. Quite often have it up on the side on my second screen while I'm playing on the first screen. And it drops her in as that'll host her when my channel's offline as well. But yeah, I'll be doing a lot during the day on the weekends probably, and then weekdays I might do it early evening, so try and sneak in there like a couple of hours before TLAN gets online, and then drop out when TLAN drops on, just because then I want to watch TLAN stream as well. So right, let's get the correct necklace out then. There we are. I need to go back in actually. Okay, so that's my movement speed increased while stealthed, and my detection radius put down there. Cool. Right. It's such a useful little house that is, where I can just jump in there, change over into a thief set. I've got the bank there as well, right at the side. And all my characters then swap out their Thief's Guild for their normal armour when they're off doing their thief runs. I wouldn't say I'm great as a Nightblade. I tend to be far better on Templars and Mages, to be honest, but I've got characters in every single class and I enjoy them all, so I'm generally fairly competent in what I'm doing, I would say. I wouldn't say I'm the world's best expert or anything else like that. I probably need to rebuild some of these because of it's only in the last sort of 5-6 months I've been getting into checking out builds and stuff. So I'll check that. I mean, this one I started as a bow Nightblade. I think like everyone did, because they all came off the back of Elder Scrolls thinking, yeah, bows are amazing, we get there to sniper and assassinate people like we do in Elder Scrolls normally, and then we got into ESO and it was like, ah, the bow's rubbish. Great. So yeah, I had to change her over. I think I got to... This was back before champion points came out, but I got to veteran level rank 2 or something at some point, and got stuck into Deshan because the bow just wasn't doing the amount of damage required to kill just a semi-elite boss out in Deshan. So I ended up having to swap her over to 2 blades and learning how to do it that way instead. I think this was one of the better additions they put to the game, was adding the whole thief system in here, the ability to steal and pickpocket and the bounties and everything else like that. I think it's sort of one of those things that distinguishes it from many other MMOs, is that you have the ability for things like that. I'm just gonna quickly sell off some smuggled items that I got already. So let's launder those. I don't know why I still launder lockpicks. I do it out of force of habit. I got probably millions of the things. There's a treasure map there as well. Everything else can be sold. That's good. Right, let's go and run a quick heist. Where are we going to today? Ah, the sewer. One of my least favourites. That's also one of the ones which I still got to do the video. It's the final video I got to do for my Thief's Guild guides. I've done every single other location except this one in the guides, the walkthrough. But I find with this one it's just as easy to think of this one as like a circuit, like you do some of the others as well. If you just run it in a big circuit, then you tend to get everything you need in the process of the circuit. There we go. Alright, where are we going to? That's in the second room. Drop down there. That's the first cache. The thing I like about this is because of the armor and also because of the race of this character. She has such a reduced radius for detection. You can literally just walk straight up in front of the NPCs at times and not be spotted. You can really cut it quite fine. I'm fully expecting to muck this up now I'm on stream and actually trigger some of these traps by accident, but so far so good. That's the main one. Oh, my mouse. Oh, I've got my trackable buttons just played up. What's going on there? Hang on a second. I got to do a bit of mouse maintenance a second. That's it. Right, hopefully. That's not what we want to happen. Nope, it's... My mouse has actually played up. That's not a good thing. Right, 2 seconds. I have spare mice on hand, thankfully. Mid-streaming and your mouse breaks. That's a great start. That was my trackable. Thankfully, it's plugged not far from in front of me, so let's try again. Now, I'm used to playing by trackable, so this is going to be a little bit more difficult. There we go. Quick mouse swap in the middle of it. Ah, see, I'm so used to playing trackable. happened to me a couple of weeks ago. That button went as well. I think I'm going to have to start thinking about replacing that tracker ball as well. It's probably about the third or fourth tracker ball I've owned in the last couple of years. Yeah, force lock is probably a good idea for a lot of these if you want to do it as quick as possible as well. I mean, you're not a keen fan of playing the mechanism. Normally I've got no problems with that mechanism, but having your mouse button go midway through it is never good. Oh, jump back. If you don't get that tripwire before she lays that trap, it's a pain to get past it, because in order to get to that trap to disable it, this trap here, you have to go otherwise over the top of that tripwire. That's a pain. Not what I wanted to happen. Then I get spotted, that's okay. That's it. Yeah, we'll just return back. Okay, that's easy enough then. I don't know my chests. Okay. Remember to jump that bit. When I first started doing those, I always fell down the gap that's there, leads you back down into the water. Yeah, just getting used to this mouse sensitivity as well. And despite mouse issues, we are still in time. There, look at that. Yeah, her scream is something in itself. I can't remember which voice I gave her. It was such a long time since I created her. There we go. This will at least give me a motif. You always get a motif from this if you complete it perfectly. There we go. So that's the Feast Guild motif. Let's try one of the Assassin's ones. And as is always Sod's Law, if you're wanting to display anything or do any recording or any streaming, it's going to be nighttime. Right. Off to the Gold Coast. Yeah, it is. It is a vape. It's probably not picking up as well on the camera as much as it produces, but I try not to pump it up too high. Especially, you want to be careful about how much moisture you pump in, out in a room where you've got a PC and I've got a condenser mic here, and they're also quite sensitive as well to moisture. So I try not to push it up too high. But it just gives me enough to get me by. Strawberry and ice cream is the flavour inside of it. Very nice flavour. Actually, very thankful for vapes. It's kept me off cigarettes for the last 4.5 years. Yeah, no. When I first started vaping, because I was quitting smoking, I'd been a smoker for a long time before that, and a very, very heavy smoker. And I switched over to a very strong milligram vape, which was tobacco flavour. And then I discovered strawberry, which was absolutely gorgeous, and it just moves you further and further away from that cigarette idea. And we've actually cut the milligrams down on that, so it's only about 3 milligrams of nicotine in that these days, so I've really cut it right the way down.
Have you come?
Alright, okay, let's see what today's sewer tenement is going to be. I got to do, well, I want to do the guides to these next for the Dark Brotherhood, but they're not as easy to be able to actually define in a walkthrough because the enemies and the objectives always change. So let's have a look. So that's probably going to be in the hidden room up here, I would imagine, looking at this map. And then the relic's going to be around there, I think. Usually is. What is it with poison as well? Okay. Okay, doing this on a mouse rather than a trackable, this is going to be interesting. Yeah, no, I quit smoking 4.5 years ago. I was going to say I was a really, really heavy smoker. I was a pub landlord for about 5 years. I used to was a licensee and manager for a prom at the pub, and that was sort of hand in hand. You'd always be wandering around with a fag hanging out your mouth while sorting out the beer barrels and everything and sorting people out. But yeah, I'm slowly moving towards the point of actually just completely cutting it out. I know sometimes people have a quick dig at vaping because of it's almost making smoking cool again, which is obviously not a good thing. And the people who are just taking up vaping who've never smoked. But as an aid for quitting smoking, it's been absolutely fantastic for me. So I haven't touched a normal fag in about 4.5 years, which at the end of the day, whether these are absolutely aren't actually 100% healthy, probably not, but it's certainly a step in the right direction, and going to be a lot better for me than just smoking normal cigarettes. I mean, I tried quitting smoking through a number of other methods and nothing worked before. You know, the whole cold turkey and stuff like that, and just nah, I just couldn't manage with it. But this seems to have done the trick. As I say, I've got the milligrams right down. I think I had one weekend where I went away. I was over in Switzerland and had run out of vape. And in Switzerland, they don't sell nicotine at all. They're not allowed to put nicotine in their vapes at all in Switzerland. So I ended up with liquid that was 0, and I still actually managed to get through the whole weekend without any real problems. So it was like, okay, fair enough then. All right, here we go. We need to kill this guy. That's it. Kill the runner. All right. Probably going to face that other guy now, so let's put some poison in. Jump the gap. Let's sneak in behind. That was close, nearly jumped in front of her. Right now, time to get out again. Get rid of it. I'm gonna have to wait for this guy to move past, so then we just go down here. And not far from the exit now. There's one final room. Watch out for the guy who patrols down there. And we should not be far off. There we go. That's sewer tenement done. Hey T-Lan! Thank you for joining the channel. Very much appreciate it. Appreciate the support. There's not many of us here, but we'll give it a try. Oh, and Kitten's in as well. Hey, oh, you got your PC set up as well. Excellent. Yeah, I tend to leap around quite a lot in the Dark Brotherhood tenements. It's some of them. It's actually a good way of getting around them quickly enough. Right. But yeah, welcome to the channel. I'm just testing out at the moment, just making sure everything's coming through fine. Sajal says he sees everything coming through, not too much choppiness, or the audio levels seem alright. How's it seem to you guys? Have you, can you hear everything okay?
Expert.
Ah, no, no motif there. Oh, that's a shame. Right. And currently, my tracker ball has just broken when I was in the middle of doing my Thief's Guild heist a minute ago, so I've had to swap to a mouse, which is a little bit awkward for me because I'm so used to playing ESO with tracker ball. I never really listened to the Dark Brotherhood music either. I'm quite glad I put the music back on. It's like the first time in a long time I put the ESO music on. Right, take the poison off. Just pop these back in there for a second. I tend to hoard a lot of things as well, so every now and then I have to go through and do a big clear out of my banks. Hey, yes, Noah. Thank you for joining the stream as well. Very much appreciate it. It's like my first time streaming, so I'm quite nervous. Still learning my ropes way around the ropes and stuff, but it's starting to get there. My bank balance is not looking too great either at the moment. I'm only just over $500,000 at the moment, but I've been spending a lot recently on other stuff recently. Right, okay. What I think we'll do next is go and do some clockwork dailies. As I said, as I was saying to Sajal earlier, it was probably look to do some stuff in Somerset next week, because I got booked the week off work for Somerset, for the Somerset release. I'll probably do some streaming during the day when not a lot of other people are streaming at the time, and we'll do some exploration of Somerset at that time. So if anyone's around during that time, feel free to come and join us as we have a look and see what's going on there. I might create a new character for it. I'm not sure yet. Who was I going to go for? Millie. Yeah. No, that was my mouse actually now finally saying that it's actually ready to work. This was great because I had to do an emergency swap out in the middle of a heist. Still completed it in time, but that was a bit of a panic for a second then. Are you not coming back in until Somerset's out, is it, Sajal? Ah, yeah. No, I got to do some time back on Kerbal Space Program myself. I'm missing that game. That's my other game that I tend to turn to. I have got a few other games, but these days it tends to be either this or KSP that I tend to play. Right, I'm going to take this one. Yeah, she's set up. Let's go and take her to Clockwork then. You got no volume of it all there. Could it be that I need to turn up the volume on my side, Kitten? Oh, if you're not getting much volume at all, that might be might not have heard me say that. Let me try. Sajal, I know you turned up the volume a bit on your side, but I'm going to just try adjusting the settings on my side a bit. So just be warned that it might get a bit louder. Yeah, I find sometimes with TLANs I have to turn it up a little bit as well, so it might be the same thing. It might be just Twitch's overall volume for broadcasting out. There we are, right, okay. Is that any better? I'll go into one of my favourite areas currently in ESO, though Somerset might replace that from what I've seen. I've been out on the PTS and it just looks gorgeous, looks beautiful out there. Really looking forward to it. I haven't done any proper questing out there because I don't want to spoil it for me. I just want to get my main characters on it. But I've done a little bit of running around out there and it is a really lovely place. Going to Clockwork City, aren't we? Yeah, well, for those not aware, Kitten is actually only in the room next door to me. She's just moved her PC into... She's cleared out the spare room to turn it into her own personal office now. So she is literally just next door.
Now if I can just... When I hammer...
Right.
Any alchemists looking for some
I'm looking forward to as well, just working out what the dailies are going to be in Somerset. Because obviously, as people might know, I'm a bit of a motif collector as well. I try and collect as much motifs as possible. Ah, that's good. I'm glad to hear that the volume's a bit better. Yeah, I turned up some of the settings in OBS, so hopefully that should be a bit easier for everyone. Right. So let's go and kill the world boss, the Wraith of Crows. Yeah, this Wraith of Crows is going to be a bit entertaining normally. Especially at the moment. Thankfully it's a weekend, so it shouldn't be too bad, but sometimes you come down here and there's like 3-4 people there trying to tackle the Wraith of Crows, and it's not easy. Oh, no, don't. That's it, I got it. There you are, that counted. Cool. Waiting for these to spawn is a pain in the neck as well. Yeah, well I got some motifs, I just picked some up, Kitten, as well. She needs to do her minimums for her guild store, and this was my Templar that I tend to do a lot of running around on. Yeah, so I've given it a quick run around in the PTS itself, just to have a quick look, and I was more interested in things like the housing and stuff, to be honest, than actually spoiling the storylines for me, because I want to just go through the storylines with my main characters and see what they're like that way. And I think I'd be rather gutted if I did it on a PTS, went through all the storyline, and then finished it and came back, realised that, oh, hang on a second, you would feel less motivated to do it with your own characters then. Where's this? I need one more of these spawn drops. There we go. Always fun, you've got to run into the area, and then as soon as you walk away, they seem to pop back up again. There we are, got it. Yeah, the PTS took a bit of setting up as well to get it on my PC, because I've got solid state drive in this, which is what I run ESO from, so it just runs as smooth as it can. But for the PTS there wasn't space on the solid state drive, so I had to get my PC to learn how to set the two different types of games up on two different hard drives. Hopefully there are people here. Oh, in fact actually we're mid-combat. Okay. Ah, that's me watching the chat and trying to think I'm going to have to get used to that. Watching what's going on with the chat while also fighting at the same time. Maybe not so much during boss fights, I think. Unless anyone's got any useful tips on how I can watch chat at the same time as fighting. yes, that one done. Okay. No, I enjoy watching streams and playing at the same time sometimes. I do that quite regularly when TLAN's streaming. But it's just keeping an eye while you're concentrating on doing a boss fight, and also keeping an eye on what's going on with the chat. That's a little bit more confusing because it's on 2 separate screens. What am I doing? Right, okay. Let's have a look where we've got to next. Communicators down in the dungeon. I can't believe how nervous I was before going on the stream as well. It just felt like I was about to go on stage or something. Yeah, I get stage fright. I get stage fright quite a lot, and yeah, I felt that coming onto stream today as well. It's like, okay, just that bit of nerves about going on and putting yourself out there and just going, right, what if I don't come across right, or if I don't come across clearly, or if something goes wrong, like a mouse breaking. Yeah, I'm not sure how healthy it is to be swimming through oil, but I'm sure it'll be alright. You can't get that ill from swimming in oil, surely. Oh, happy birthday, Sajal! And yeah, no, completely understandable. You go off and celebrate your birthday and enjoy yourself. Have a good birthday. Thank you for coming along. I very much appreciate you jumping in for the first stream there and keeping us company for a bit while I got used to setting it all up. But enjoy the rest of your birthday. I hope it's a good one for you and you get everything that you want. Okay. I love the little pop sound that these fire pots give off when they're firing their little bits of fire explosive. They're annoying when they go into the dancing spider mode though. I was hoping that all the there's normally a spawn here where there's like 4 of these automatons are available. Because these communicators only drop from these automatons. They don't drop from every single one. There we are, that's the second one. I'm going to find a third. I won't kill the Skeeverton. Kitten gets very upset if I kill the Skeevertons. Let's see if I can get them to trigger. No. Someone's running out past them. But I need these. Come back! I just appreciate you joining the stream there. Yes, no. Am I saying that right? Living in an area where our mobile connections aren't particularly great up here either, I can completely understand dealing with poor connections. no, someone's getting that one over there. I want it. Ah. I saw another flame. There we go. Hey, how you doing, Zucker? How's things? Thank you for coming and joining the stream. My first time doing this. I'm still learning the ropes, and I'm also now learning how to play with a mouse rather than a trackable, because my trackable broke partway through the stream. As for Sod's Law. Oh, I've actually got... I really appreciate you guys coming out and joining us for this one. And say I was quite nervous before doing this as well. Alright. I think... Yeah, no, I've got to go up to here, haven't I? There's a strange bug with this one. This one here, he gets aggroed when he's standing over here. But if he gets aggroed and then doesn't actually kill the enemy, doesn't get killed himself and he resets, he comes back to walking here and you can't attack him. I never understood why that is. Alright. Someone's killed the boss, but that's okay. I don't actually need the boss today. And we got Spinning Blades of Doom. Now it is possible... Oh, never mind. It's gone down anyway. You can normally jump along the side there. Right. I got healing spells. It's okay. That's that one done. Ah, the boss is back. Right, okay, let's go and do the boss. Oh, I really hope he wasn't... He actually managed to get it then. Oops. Right. Playing one-handed now. That's it. Very quickly learn how to master playing one-handed when you vape as well. Now, where were all these people when I was looking for the automatons a minute ago? Oh, while you're on here, actually, TLN, I also added you to auto-host so that whenever my channel's off and you're streaming, then it'll come through to here as well. Though I'm sure you know what auto-host means. Yeah, it's that pop sound. I absolutely love that. When I first started playing Clockwork and first heard those fire pots making that noise. Alright, so that's 2 down. 1 more quest to go. I've probably got the Crow's quest there somewhere as well, because there's technically 4 there. Inet? What's Inet, Zucker? I'm not sure of that one. so I need satchels. Ah, we got to go into that place up on the bridge. So it's actually, the other one was actually back up where I was. So let's head back that way. The storyline for this area we're about to go to, when you do the main quest, is a little bit depraved. And the fact that you get the choice at the end as to how, whether it continues on or not, and how it, what's going on in there is continued on with everyone's knowledge or not. That's a bit, yeah, not nice. For those who haven't done it, I won't spoil what the storyline is. We'll just run through the area, but. Those who have done it will know what I mean. I'm going to see where I'm going. Here we go. You get used to running across the whole of... I really need to learn how to turn my USB sounds off. I think... Are they coming through whenever I'm... triggering the USB. Actually, I think I may have taken... Have I taken the one turning? Oh no, it's straight ahead. Okay. Oh, that's down below. Gotta get it. In we go. I find quite often in here as well, these doors get a little bit buggy as well, just in this area. You'd often come out the other side and the door's locked and you can't get through it. And you have to wait for one of those automatons to walk through and for it to automatically open for them. I heard a notification there. I'm still getting used to my own notifications. I set them up. There we are. Thank you, Zucker House, for the follow. Very much appreciate it. As I say, I'm still getting used to this at the moment, so do excuse my noobness at streaming. We are getting there. There we go. It's just in the corner here. Now, getting back out of here is a pain, so it's easier just to teleport back out. And I still need to get some more of those satchels to complete this one. So I'll need to run around in the open world up top. There we go. Alright. I'm back across the bridge. Or the bridges that seem to go on forever. Did I actually get... I'm just wondering. Yeah, I did get the skill line. Should really equip that rapid maneuver at some point. One of my biggest bugbears with Clockwork City is this daily quest. These daily quests which require you to fight to get these nodes that everyone's racing for. Because the amount of times I've turned up, had to be in the middle of defeating enemies and someone else has just come in and swiped the node. They can plainly see you're fighting on top of the node to get it, you know, to get the resource. Obviously to get it for the quest. And you're fighting the enemies for that, and yeah, they'll come in and just steal it anyway. Right, someone else is taking life. So you see there, I could have just swiped in there, but I'm not that mean. But I've had it done to me so many times. I'd be fighting like this, and someone else would just come up and pick up that satchel, for example. And you're like, well, hang on. So I'm hoping in Somerset there aren't any quests or any dailies especially like that. Because that can become quite tedious. Very fast, especially when, back when Clockwork was first launched, everyone was trying to run it. And these were all in very, very high demand. And so finding them was next to near impossible. So down below, oh it is below. Down there. Do the sixth one. That's it, there's one up here. Okay. That's all of them. Let's go and drop them all back in. And hopefully, fingers crossed, there might be an Apostle or an Ebon Shadow motif that I can take to sell. Or rather give to Ferocious Kitten to sell, because she's asked me to give a couple, because she hasn't quite made her quota this week for her trade guild, so she needs a couple of items to pop up there. One.
No
I
request.
think my Crow Friend quest is... yes, Glittering Gleams. I wonder if I got one in the bank. Hang on. Let's have a look.
Hello there.
No, I haven't got any. I haven't got a third one. Okay. Otherwise I might have had a third armour to give him. Right. Let's...
Magistrix Vox nearly destroyed.
the Basilica.
Check
Alright,
the
let's have a look, see what we got. Yay, Apostle Gloves. That's a good start. Oh. And yeah, I can't say it now. Ebon Shadow Legs. Excellent. So, 2 motifs. That's good. Happy with that. Sometimes you can do this, you won't get any, so it's always nice when you get some. Again, I've got these motif collections, but doing these dailies means you get to put them on guild stores, which is how I make most of my money. It's by motif farming, doing various dailies, running in areas where I'm probably going to get motifs drop or have a chance of getting motifs drop. That's why I do all the Feast Guild and Dark Sacraments quite often. You're doing 3 things at once there, Kitten. Okay. Yeah, Kitten's out DJing tonight. There's a little all-day festival event that we're both going to be popping down for the evening side of it. She's DJing in the evening there, so she's got to practice for that as well. But we've DJ'd and played that festival a couple of times ourselves, actually. But alright, let's go and see. Let's do another Feast Guild a second. Actually, not the Withered Hand one, because that belongs to another character. Because as I spotted earlier, I'd accidentally picked up the wrong item. That's okay. Swapping armor sets here, as I was explaining to Sagil earlier. I don't know who else was online earlier, but it's just my thief set, which makes it easier to do thieving in. Because you've got this one here, which reduces your detection radius by 2 meters, which is always handy, and the cost of your sneaking as well by 26%. And then you've got this one here as well, which increases your movement speed while you're actually in sneak as well, which is incredibly handy when you're trying to do thief heists. Let's try not to have a mouse malfunction like I had earlier while in the middle of doing a thief heist. Right, jump down. That's one of the main differences between me and Kitten, is that I will jump off things, she will use the stairs. We do it with Cliffs as well. She's like, I'm not jumping down there, I'll lose health. It's like, okay. As I jump down there. I'm so gutted that they put this on, put the palace that's here in Hughes Bane up for sale this weekend. They're literally finishing it a day before payday for me, which means I'm not going to be able to get the armor, get the house that I wanted. Might go and have to check that out before I log off in a bit, but the palace does look nice. Well, I might have enough to be able to afford to get the furnishing set, which I think should have been out this weekend actually, so I'll have a look at that in a second. Underground Sepulchre. The one I don't like. That's my least favourite out of the lot of them. Okay. It's right at the very end as well. Okay. Let's try not to be spotted, considering that I've just done all the complete guides for this. I should try and do this as well as I can and not muck it up, especially if I'm doing it on live stream. This secret passageway here is very handy, and I'll try not to fall foul of the traps in here as well, which I quite often do when I'm coming through here. I know the traps are there, but I still keep falling for them. There we go. I need him to move. I'll do. There's another NPC patrols in this area as well, so always good to tuck up against this wall. Oh, hang on, I might have been spotted. Yeah, I've been spotted. Trying not to move too much when doing these, even when taking out NPCs, because the amount of times if you're running around, like you normally would do, if you're running around in combat trying to avoid being hit, you could end up actually being spotted by even more and end up making things even worse for you. A bear trap on the floor there, do I? He's coming this way. Skirt the edge there, you can normally just get away with that. How many chests is that now? Is that 2 hidden caches I've got? Yeah, so I need 1 more hidden cache and we should be done and out of here. There is a mark ahead, but that's probably up on the right, which I'll try and see if I can get some on the left instead. There we go. Oh, I got away with that one then. I was closer than I should have been, but still, got past it. So I'm not going to complain too much. There's 1 in here. That's probably going to be the easier one to get to without getting triggered by that one. Oh, that's not. I lied. It wasn't in there. Maybe there's 1 in here then. Ah, no, none in here. Okay. What about down below? Yeah, it's 1 through there. We're running out of time. That should be alright. As long as I can get out of here and use the secret tunnel to bypass half the map, I should be okay. So I've got 3 minutes. Okay, so against the clock. 2 minutes now. Okay, great. Did not want to do that. I was hoping to get away with that. Trap. Oh, and the traps have respawned. Great. Is that one gone? And the boss is in this area. You can see the 2 lantern spheres overlapping each other. 1 minute 20 seconds. Hopefully that should be enough time. Oh, you bought the Necromancer's Spire from the luxury furnisher. What, the smaller one, was it? I haven't looked at them yet, actually. I really need to go up there and have a look at them. But I wasn't keen on them, the ones that I saw last week, so I don't feel in such a big rush to go and look at them this week. Normally I end up purchasing from them, but... no, he had to walk in front. This is going to be tight. Go. 40 seconds. Easy. Look at this. Not bad considering I got spotted and ended up taking the wrong turning and actually going the wrong way to look for these hidden caches, but we've done it in time. That's good. That means that's another motif, because as long as you get it in the timer every single time, they award you a motif on the Feast Guild one. So there we go. That's the Feast Guild motif. And then we'll just quickly do the Dark Sacrament as well. I fancy going to have a look at a palace. Though doing so probably make me feel sick because I can't actually afford it yet. Just. Ah, the sun's finally coming up. Here we go. Have you put that spire, Kitten, in your sanctuary? Talking about sanctuaries? That Dark Brother just did. Yeah, I'm starting to really appreciate the music now in some of the expansions there. As I say, I turned off ESO's music partway through the original main game before the DLCs came out, and yeah, some of it sounds really, really nice. Ah, it's in the bank, is it? Or it's okay.
Yes. You must move as soon.
Yeah, those spires should look, actually, some of those things from that Necromancer set should look really good in your sanctuary, Kitten. Right. Yeah, it's in the same place as I was a minute ago, so... I got poison. Make sure I got plenty of poison. More than enough. Back to Assassin's Creeding again. These Dark Sacraments are very similar to the Thief Guild heist, but there are a number of differences in the mechanics as well. One of the nice things is that you're not up against the timer until you kill the final target. The timer isn't that great or long when you do kill the final target. Now, careful here, I'm moving at too fast a speed. This guy here, I need to get rid of. Just like that. That's that one, and then the final target is in here. Let's put the poison on. Ah! Oh well. Should still get it for this kill with poison, not with Blade of Woe, so... Yeah, there we go. take him out as well. Sometimes it's just handy to take him out if you've got the alert status. You can have up to 5, so well, up to 4 spotted by, so otherwise you might be waiting too long and lose it against the timer instead, so might as well waste it there. Ah, I see. I thought you completed Manamako the other day, Kitten. I did against him, so you should be pretty much nearly ready to go to Cold Harbour. There we go.
The hunger of your...
Ah, still no motif either. That's a shame. Right, I've probably got a bounty on this character now, actually. So, yeah, thinking about it, let's see if we can check out, because you've got the Vanishing Pack there, which I haven't checked out yet. And I want this for the house. I can probably afford to get this. Oh, butterflies. That's good. Ah, yeah. I think we will want that statue. It's a bit rude though, but we'll keep it turned that way on the stream, I think. Flowers. I suppose ESO is technically an 18 rated game, so they can get away with stuff like that, but we've just seen on that statue. But it's a nice statue. Oh, that's nice. I like that. That's a nice fountain as well. Yeah, I think I might have to get this pack. The seal. Some flies. That's quite a nice pack, actually. I quite like that. I think I'll have to, after I finish streaming later, I'll pick that up and put some of that stuff in the guild house as well, actually, in the main guild house. But what I really wanted to check out, which I'm really sad about. But did that say 9 days left then? Check that in a second. This is the new palace. Yeah, 9 days left. No, I'm sure they said it was only going to be available until the 14th, but 9 days time from now will be the 19th. It'll be past payday. Oh, I hope it is. I hope it is that. It's not that they've made a mistake there or something. Because I may well want to get this. This is absolutely lovely. Oh, look how deep that pool is as well. Oh, that is wonderful. Yeah, that furniture pack looks really great, Kitten. It's looking forward to that. I'll have to get some of that and say after the stream, but oh, look at the size of this place. And a second pool. Would anyone object if we moved the guild house here? I mean, I like my imperial place, but I mean, this place is beautiful. This is really something, actually. It's very stunning what they've done with it. And these walkways. I could do loads with this. Yeah, this is the one in Hughes Bane, Kitten. This is the one that we were talking about before. I remember Tialan showed it before as well on her YouTube videos as well a while back, and when it was on the PTS, and it is. Everyone was like, "Oh, can't wait for this one to come out," and it is. It is an absolutely gorgeous place. Yeah, because that's Hughes Bane over there. That's the or Abbar's Landing, the main city. All the boats down there. Look at that. Oh, this place is awesome. If it is in for 9 days, then I am so sorely tempted to get this after payday. It is absolutely stunning. I like this more than the boat that's coming up in the new Somerset, I think. This is absolutely beautiful. Oh, look at that. The main entrance hall. Look at that. This place is massive. How is 700 furnishing items ever going to be enough for this place? It's not. 700 items is just not going to be enough for here. I think I'm getting myself lost around here as well at the moment. Is there 2 stairways, or have I just gone around in a circle? Oh, I've gone around in a circle, I think. Oh no, there's 2 stairwells. Okay. I know you said several times that you want a house out here. I mean, I think I've managed to get myself completely lost, but it's the other stairway. It's a nice fountain. Oh, we've inbuilt kitchen as well. Look at that. I mean, you would literally have to. I think the only way I could actually furnish this house would be to divide it up into areas and say, right, that's got a maximum of this many items. Like this room would have a maximum of 30 items, like an apartment, and no more. And divide it up that way. Oh, look at this. These fountains. You could probably build areas up there as well if you put the right scaffolding and connections across. That would be really cool. Oh, this place is just gorgeous. Seriously is. I think I've made up my mind. As long as it's on sale still after for the 9 days like it says there, I think I'll be getting this. I've absolutely fallen in love with this place. Beg, steal, borrow, whatever. I think we've got to have this. It is amazing. It is actually a really amazing house. And that's before you even start furnishing it. I wonder. So looking cost-wise, it's 14,000 crowns unfurnished, and if it's furnished, 1750. I wonder what the furnishing types are like. I mean, the furnishing costs are probably going to be well worth it. Just for the sheer amount of equipment you're getting off. Yeah, I mean, all the stuff that you're going to get with it if you get it furnished. Certainly worth the extra 3,500 for them. When you look at the packs and how much it would cost to buy all these individually. I'm loving the music in this place as well. It's really beautiful. Are you going to check it out as well? Yeah, I certainly would, Kitten. Seriously. This place is stunning. So the question is, would anyone object if I moved the guild house here? Because it is like, I've just fallen in love with this place. It is, wow, really, really good. Oh. Someone should put a safety rail up there, though. Place is massive, but furnishing it with 700 items, that's going to be... 700 items is not going to be enough. I know it might sound like a lot, 700, but seriously, in a place this size, you go for it easily. Easy. And this place has easily got to be bigger than the Imperial Mansion, the other one that I got. And of course it's in Hughes Bane as well, which is fantastic. It's right on the doorstep, where all the Feast Guild stuff goes on. I don't know, I've got decisions to make now. I think on payday I'm getting this. I'm going to be furnishing this before we go into Somerset next week then. Might not be able to afford the Somerset house now, but I don't know, it'd be worth it for this. The Somerset house is going to be there for a while, this one isn't. Definitely, definitely worth it. That's great. Right, okay. It's what I wanted to do is has my bounty worn off? Yes, it has. I want to quickly nip to Cold Harbour, just have a look and see what this weekend's luxury furnishes are all about. We'll have a quick look at those. We'll go and have a look and see if we can see the spire at Kitten's house as well, see where she's put it. Maybe call the stream an end there. You've bought it? What, seriously, have you bought the Sanctuary? The Sanctuary, the Palace? Oh, now you're making me well jealous. So now you have the Sanctuary and the Palace as well. I can actually hear her giggling in the next room as well, where she has just bought it. Giggling to herself there. Cold Harbour quickly. Did you get the furnishings as well? For those who don't know, this is the luxury furniture. He appears every weekend. He doesn't appear during the week, it's only on the weekends. And every week he has a couple of different furnishings for sale that you can't get anywhere else. A At the moment, they're not particularly great ones. I don't particularly like them. They work really well for the Sanctuary, I think, but otherwise I wouldn't normally go out for these sort of things myself. That's quite a large spire, but yeah. That's the smaller spire there as well. Yeah, it's alright. Most weeks I'm normally buying from the luxury furniture, but these last 2 weeks I've been quite thankful. Actually, it's meant I could get to save a lot of money. I don't waste money out on these sort of things, but yeah, I'm kind of glad it's that sort of stuff at the moment. That's good. Okay, cool. Right, so that brings us, I think I'm going to bring the stream to an end there. Thank you very much for everyone who's tuned in and checked this out on my first stream. It's been much appreciated. I think I'll probably do this more often. See what we can do, see where we can go with these streams, see what happens, see what comes up of it. Thank you very much for joining us. Take care, everyone.